Hello everybody, welcome to Avanico Technologies. So in the previous video, we saw about how to assign activities to our colleagues. And now we're going to see about the sales process. I know it's a very big process, so before that, I'll tell you what are the topics available in the sales process. To start with, we'll do with a blanket agreement, sales blanket agreement. And then the sales process starting from sales quotation, order, delivery, invoice and credit notes. And then we'll also see about the pick and pack manager. Last but not the least, we'll see how to analyze the sales, which is actually the sales analysis report. Let's get into the video. I have taken the OEC Computers Test Database. So the first concept in the sales process is the sales blanket agreement. So it is available under main menu under sales AR, the sales blanket agreement. So sales blanket agreement is a long-term agreement between the customer and the company, whereas they will have to supply some amount of goods. In that, they will have to supply the goods at the agreed prices or the agreed interval. So when the particular customer is being made a sales for the particular item, then automatically the system links the blanket agreement with the particular marketing document. Through this, we can also have the prices get automatically pulled into the sale order, which if the prices have been defined in the blanket agreements. So here I'm just going to the find mode, add mode. So here you can see that the customer details can be given. What is the start date and end date of the blanket agreement, and here the basic details of payment terms, payment method and everything. So in the details tab, you can see that the item description, item details, the unit price and everything, the agreed unit price and everything. So when I raise the sales order for this particular customer, then automatically the unit price here will appear, and also we'll be able to see what are the open quantities still left in blanket agreements. So the documents that we've raised for the particular customer will get allocated here. Through here also we'll be able to see. So this is the concept of the blanket agreement. Similarly, blanket agreements are also present for the purchase side. So the purchase blanket agreement will be for between the vendor and the company. The second concept of the sales process is the sales order. The second concept of the sales process is the sales quotation. So sales quotation, so the second So the second concept of the sales process is the sales quotation. So it is available under sales AR, sales quotation. So the sales quotation is a place where we send the customers a quotation. If the prices are good, then the quotation can be converted into a sales order. In order to raise a sales quotation, we need not create a customer. With leads also, we'll be able to create the sales quotation. So it's similar to the other marketing documents. You can see, you can give the customer details. So I'm just selecting a random customer. I'm just typing the item number which has stock in it. So I'm giving a quantity of 200 here with a unit price of 30 each. And if there is tax code, I can give the tax code here. So this is a concept of sales quotation. Now I can add the document. So after raising the sales quotation, if it is okay, then the sales quotation can be converted into a sales order. So I'm just giving add a new. Now you can see that the quotation has been added. So now if the customer quotation is proper and if we are okay to convert it to a sales order, then we can open the existing sales quotation, scroll down and then give copy to and then sale order. So there are two options basically, copy to and copy from. Copy to is where you can convert only the base document into a target document. Only one document can be converted. Whereas if it is going to be copy from means, then I can collect. If it is going to be copy from means, there if I'm going to do copy from means, then there more than one document can be converted into a target document. Say for example, if I'm having 5 sales quotation in my hand, I want to convert all the 5 sales quotation into a single sales order. In that case, I can use a copy from option. But in order to do the copy from option, we have to open the sales order, select the customer. From there only we can do the copy from. Whereas if it is going to be copy to means, I can do directly from the sales quotation to the sales order. So now I'm giving the sales order option. Yes, credit limit is increased, but that's not a problem. So the customer details have come here. So all the details that I've entered in the quotation will get popped up in the sales order. So I can check whether all the details are right. If it is right, I have to enter the delivery date. I'm just entering the delivery date as the next days. So once the delivery date has been added, if there is any changes, it can be made. Else, I can add the document. So the sales order has now been added. So the next step in the sales process is going to be the delivery process. So here in the delivery process, you can actually select the customer details and then give the copy from option. Say for example, I'm just taking the same customer. If I now scroll down, you can see the copy from being enabled. I'm just going to give copy from sales order. So there are so many sales orders. So in the previous thing in the copy to, you saw only one order being converted into one delivery. Whereas here we can convert multiple orders into multiple delivery. But I'm going to use the recent one. So I'm just choosing this particular delivery document. So here it is an option where should I draw all data or should I customize the data? But I want to draw all data, so I'm just giving this option. I'm giving finish. So this is the place where it says that the tax code should be changed or not. I don't want to change the tax code, so I'm giving no to all. So when I just give this option, then all the details that I've entered in the sales order will pop up into my delivery document. So now without any changes, I can add this delivery document. So now when I try to add the delivery document, it is asking me for the batch selection. So I have to select a batch from which it's going to get delivered from the customer. Either I can get the batch numbers 200 quantity here and then I can send it here, or I can select the batches from the multiple options. Or if I give auto select, automatically it takes from the first line. So I'm just giving update. Okay, and now when I try to add the document, the delivery will get added. Now, after the delivery process, the next step is going to be the invoice. So either I can do the either I can do the copy to from delivery to invoice, or I can open the invoice and then do the copy from option. So what I'll do is I'll open the recent delivery, and then here I'm just scrolling down, copy to, and then I'm going to give AR invoice. So the moment I give the AR invoice copy to, then all the details that I've given in the delivery document will get posted into the AR invoice. So if I need to check the journal entry preview, I can give as journal entry preview by right clicking it. So it says in withholding tax is available. I don't want withholding tax, so I'm just giving withholding tax liability as no here. So now when I try to see the journal entry preview, since I've given no here, you can see the taxable amount has been 0. I'm giving OK. And now when I see the journal entry preview, you can see that the customer debit, tax credit, and then the sales account credit. So this is the correct journal entry. So now I can add the document. So the last step of the invoice is going to be the credit memo. If there is any return for the customer, then we have to use a credit memo. So I'm just going to give copy to AR credit memo. In the AR credit memo option, all the open quantities will be displayed here, but I'm going to send only 30 stocks outside. So for the 30 stock alone, I'm just changing for the credit memo. Here also you can have the copy from option, but I have given copy to. So when I just add a new, you can just check the journal entry preview here. You can check the journal entry preview here. So it is asking to select the allocated batch. So I'm just, the 200 was the batch selected in the invoice. In the 200, I've taken 30 for the return. I'm just giving update. Okay. And now when I just try to see the journal entry preview, you can see that the customer credit, tax debit, revenue debit. So the first four lines were already present in your invoice that got reversed. But the next two lines is the ledgers from the delivery document. The inventory ledger and the COGS ledger. So that also got reversed. So I'm giving close. Now I'm adding the AR credit memo. So the last step of the credit memo is also added. So the last step of the sales invoice. So the last step of the sales process is also done. So now when you just refresh the document, you can see that out of 7,680 rupees, 1,152 has been applied. Applied as in either the incoming payment should have been given or the return should be posted. So we've done a AR credit memo for 1,152 rupees. So the balance due that the customer should pay us is 6,528 rupees. But here, not all the documents are required for the sales process. The only mandatory documents are the AR invoice. And if there is a return, AR credit memo. And only in the invoice and the credit memo will have the customer account being hit. If we are doing the direct invoice without the delivery document, then the inventory transactions, inventory movements happens in the invoice part. So this is all regarding your item wise sales data. So there is an option where you can also give for the service wise data. So you can select a customer here, and for this customer, I can do the service type. Say for example, if I have sold a service for this particular customer, you can, instead of the item type here, you can change it to service type, and you can choose the ledger here. In the GL account, you can choose a ledger. Say for example, if you have done something like auditing for a company, then you can choose that particular audit income. You can choose that in the GL ledger. You have to select the SEC code if you're going to give the GST tax code. And as usual, we can give the total LC, the total amount for this particular service, and the tax code, and you can add the document. So this works in similar way to the item-wise document. In item-wise, we will use the item details. In the service-wise, we'll use the GL account details. So there is there is no other difference other than this line level data. This is the concept of the service-wise. This is the concept of the service-wise sales process. The next topic is going to be the collecting the advance payment from the customer, and then the next topic is going to be the collecting the advance payment from the customer and then merging it with the invoice. So there is an option called AR down payment request and AR down payment invoice. So AR down payment means we can collect the cash from the customer before raising the invoice itself, and that will be kept in the name, that will be kept in the credit in the name of the customer. And while doing the invoice, I can automatically link the down payment to this invoice. So I'll show you a demo of how it works. So I'm raising AR credit. So I'm raising AR down payment request, but we can do the down payment request from the sales order also. So I'm taking an open sales order. So this is the open sales order. So I'm just converting the sales order into AR down payment request. So all the details given in the sales order will be pushed to the AR down payment request. So if we are going to collect 100% money from the customer, 100% advance amount from the customer, then 100 should be given here. If the customer is paying us less, based on the amount here, you can edit the data. So I'm adding the document now. So I don't want to calculate the withholding tax, so I'm giving no to here. I'm just giving add and new. So the down payment request has been added. Now, if I go to the incoming payments option, I have to collect the payments to it. Only then this down payment document, that only then the meaning of the down payment document will come. So I'm just selecting the same customer. So when I select this customer, you can see that the concept of DT is arriving here. DT is the down payment that I've raised for this particular customer. Okay. So now I'm making the payment for it. So I'm giving the bank transfer. The transfer date is today, and then I'm giving the entire amount. So now I can add the down payment document. Now I can add the incoming payment document. When I try to see the journal entry preview of this incoming payment, you can see that the down payment clearing account and interim account got a debit and credit. So this has to come as a down payment interim account, tax credit, the customer credit, and the bank account debit. So now you can see that the customer credit has been added here. So now when I try to raise an invoice for this particular sales order, I'm just opening that last sales order that I've created for this customer. So I'm converting the sales order into invoice directly. I'm just skipping the delivery document option here. So when I try to add the AR invoice, you can see that all the details have been pulled from the sale order to the invoice. And here I have an option to add the down payment value. So I'm just selecting the down payment. I'm giving OK. So the down payment document have been added. So the moment you can see that the total has been 0. So the concept here is when I check the journal entry preview. So the concept here is when I check the journal entry preview, you can see that when I check the journal entry preview, you can see that when I check the journal entry preview, you can see that so when I see the journal entry preview, you can see that the down payment clearing account and interim account got debited and credited. The customer debit. Earlier the customer's credit, now the customer's debit, so it has got tallied. The tax debit and credit, and the sales revenue account, sales account credit, the inventory account credit, and the COGS account debit. So now I can add the document. So now when I add the document, you don't need to make any payments because already we've collected cash from the customer. So this is a concept of merging the down payment document with the invoice. So the next concept in the sales process is going to be the pick and pack manager. So basically when there is a huge warehouse, so basically this pick and pack manager will work when the store team assigns a user to pick the things from it and then they have to deliver the product. For that purpose, we can use a pick and pack manager. Usually the pick and pack manager can be used for the various options. Usually the pick and pack manager can be used for the various options like the open sales order, open production order, and open inventory transfer request. And now we'll see for the open sales order concept. So it is present under inventory, under pick and pack. You can see the pick and pack production manager. So I've taken only the open sales orders option. If there is any filter out, you can filter it here. Item, delivery date, customer, all the filters are available here. If not, I'm just directly giving OK. So there are so many open sales orders. So now what I have to do is I have to select some items, some sales orders, and then release to pick list. So after the pick list releasing, the pick ticket will be created with the based on the pick ticket. The pick user will go and pick the document, pick the items, and then they will do the delivery. So I'll show you the concept of it now. So say for example, I'm just selecting the first line and then I'm giving release to pick list. So when I give release to pick list, you can see that through which should I diversify the pick list creation. I'm not going to split anything. So I'm just going to generate the pick ticket. So I'm scrolling down and I'm selecting a recently created order and I'm giving release to pick list. So when I give release to pick list, if they have selected multiple orders for pick ticket generation, then we can split it through these methods. But I'm not going to split anything because I've selected only one line item. Now I can select which user is going to pick the items and what is the, if there is any remarks, it can be given here. So now I'm generating the ticket. So now you can see that the pick ticket has been released. So if I go to the released option, you can see that the pick number, pick ticket 21 has been created. So now the Neeraj Gupta, the user I allocated to pick the items, will open this pick ticket, pick the items from this one, and then they will update the document. Either they can give one here, or if there are so many items, they can pick everything and then pick all. So that will automatically enter the data into the picked column. And now that particular person will update the pick ticket. So after raising the pick ticket, what I'll do is I'll open the picked status. So either the person himself or the person who is asked to pick the data will open this picked column and then select the data from which recently it was picked, and then they will automatically create a delivery document. So there are options like manual delivery, automatic delivery, or manual invoicing. So if we are going to skip the delivery document, we can directly go to the manual invoice, or we can go to the manual delivery itself. If it is going to be automatic delivery means the delivery screen will not even open, it will get added automatically. If it is going to be manual delivery means then the delivery document will be created. We can check the data and then we can give add a new. This is the concept of pick and pack manager along with pick ticket generation. The last concept in the sales process is going to be sales analysis generation. The last concept of the sales process is going to be the sales analysis report. So it is present under sales AR. Scroll down sales report, and the first one, scroll down sales report, and it is going to be sales analysis. So when you give the sales analysis report, you can run the report either customer wise or item wise or sales employee wise. In item wise, you will be able to display customer wise also. So I'm just giving total by customer, item wise details. If there is any particular item, we can give it here, or generally we can give run the report. So these are the basic filter options available. So here you can see this item number, item description, which customer it's been sold to, what's the total quantity has been sold, what is the total sale amount, what is the gross profit, what is the gross profit percentage. If there is any particular line that we have to check, we can double click on the serial number, and then that will show what are the details present in that particular invoice or credit memos, and it will show a bar graph as well. We can change, if you want to see a line graph, we can change it to the line graph as well. So this is basically the sales analysis report. This is a SAP standard report, so it will be 200% accurate. So these are the basic concepts in the sales process. Do check our website for the other videos. Thank you.